Hello, I'm Anders. I'm a proud, patriotic veteran, and I'm here to tell you why gay marriage matters. When President Obama spoke out in support of gay marriage, he dignified my life. I served our country for 13 years, 6 of which were on active duty. In the Navy, I was a hospital corpsman, combat medic, served in a combat zone, 2 years of which were with the Marines. I've seen lots of extreme things in my life, lots of suffering. But while I was in the military, I knew I was being hunted. I've survived an investigation for being gay. I've witnessed witch hunts. I've had friends thrown out just for the fact of who they were. These were competent, extremely capable people who were committed to serving their country. Later on, when I was living in New York City, I was there when the Death March of AIDS began. And I saw a community of people who died and are no longer with us. But today, I want to tell you about my late partner, Owen. Almost 5 years ago, Owen died suddenly. We had just spent Thanksgiving with my family. And this is a family who hasn't accepted me for who I am, but nonetheless, we were with their in-laws and, you know, it was really a great time. Our cat had just died, my cat of 16 years, and my life was kind of in shambles. I had just been diagnosed a few weeks before that with post-traumatic stress disorder. And that was the result of an elevator freefall accident at work in which the elevator I got into, as soon as the doors closed, it dropped and went into a freefall. The floor came out from underneath me, and within microseconds it stopped, but it did that over and over and over again, 3 times. Owen and I were 5 days apart, our birth dates. He was my papa bear. I was his liege, not in a feudal sense, but in that sense of allegiance, and it was allegiance to each other. We were luckier than most living in California. We were able to register as domestic partners. We vowed one day that we'd get married if we could. It started getting really weird with his family as soon as he died. They wanted to take possession of his body immediately, and thank God that in the state of California, they could not come and encroach on me. So on Christmas Day, I get an email from one of Owen's sisters, "Merry Christmas, I hope you have found Owen's will by now, or that he has put your name on things to make it easier on us." When I reacted with that anger, her response was, "Oh, I had a friend 15 years ago, his partner died, and the partner who died's family came in and took everything." And I'm like, what the F? Why is that any different than what you're trying to do? I told them that to stay away. It just created a real mess. Things along the way that have caused further alienation between us, his late mother's trust. There were still funds to be distributed, and I get a letter from the lawyer, I fill out some forms, and all of a sudden I get a reply back. "Sorry, your legal relationship in California isn't valid in Minnesota, so F you." One of his sisters said, "This is a time of family remembrances and people visiting the gravesite of the family." But when I said that I would be accompanying the ashes and would like to have a gathering there, all of a sudden I was told nobody would come. Well, I know it's a story, but the story I've made up over this is that they don't want people to know that Owen was gay. People who think that this is some lifestyle that we choose. Well, I was born into... I knew when I was very young that I was different, and I didn't know what that different was. This is what happens when people are so shut down. So President Obama has given something to me that the feds continue to deny me, and it means a lot. One of the things our Constitution has enshrined in it is liberty, freedom. Why do so many people hate us? You know, we have kids committing suicide. There's just so much anger and fighting and hate. President Obama speaks acceptance, inclusion, and going forward with this country. So I'm requesting that you vote for him on Election Day. You open your hearts and minds, and peace out.